Laura Wilson, known to many online as Laura Farms, never dreamed of becoming a social media star. She was simply a young Nebraska farmer sharing her life on the farm, the long days, the hard work, and the beauty of the land she cherished. But behind the harvest days and the bright clips of her tractor rides, a deeper, more personal story unfolds. It's a story shaped by family, love, loss, and the heavy weight of continuing a farming legacy. Laura's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the strength that grows even in the face of heartache. Grief amidst the harvest. For farmers, harvest season is a time of both bounty and stress. The fields ripen and the work intensifies. Long hours, endless machines, and the pressure of weather forecasts. But for Laura and her husband Grant, one particular harvest season would be forever marked by the grief of losing their beloved grandfathers. It was during this hectic time, when the world seemed to rush on without a pause, that Laura's heart was heavy with sorrow. The land, which had always felt alive with her grandfather's teachings, now felt empty without him. His steady presence was gone, but the rhythm of farming remained. As much as she wanted to stop and mourn, the crops wouldn't wait. But inside, every task felt incomplete without him. The grandfather's legacy. Laura's grandfather wasn't just a farmer. He was the cornerstone of her understanding of farming and life itself. He taught her not only the mechanics of running a farm, but the deeper meaning behind it all. To him, farming wasn't just about planting crops. It was about nurturing the land, respecting its cycles, and understanding its voice. As a little girl, she would sit beside him in the truck, absorbing stories about their family's journey, their Swedish ancestors, and the care required to make a living from the earth. Those early memories became the foundation of her life. Farming for Laura was a legacy, a promise from one generation to the next, passed down through the soil and into the hearts of those who worked it. A shared loss. As if the loss of Laura's grandfather wasn't enough, Grant, her husband, faced a similar heartache. During the same harvest season, Grant lost his own grandfather, the man who had been his mentor and guide through the years. Grant's grandfather had been a figure of quiet strength, a farmer who had taught him the value of patience and the responsibility that comes with tending to the land. To lose him so suddenly was not just a personal tragedy for Grant, but a blow to the shared vision he and Laura had built together. Both young farmers, newly married and facing the responsibility of a growing farm, now found themselves grieving side by side, trying to hold each other up as they navigated this shared pain. Farming through grief. Despite the deep emotional toll, Laura and Grant knew that farming couldn't wait for their grief to subside. The fields needed attention, the machinery still hummed, and the work couldn't be postponed. They pushed through their sorrow, even when every task felt like a reminder of what they had lost. In the quiet moments, after the tractors turned off and the sun dipped behind the fields, they felt the weight of their loss even more. But they kept going, just as their grandfathers had taught them, to honor the land, to work hard, and to persevere no matter what life threw their way. Their grandfathers were no longer physically there, but their lessons were alive in every turn of the soil. The struggles of a young woman in a male-dominated field. As Laura transitioned into the modern world of farming, another layer of pressure began to build. The farming world, though evolving, was still largely dominated by older generations of men, and Laura often found herself having to prove herself time and again. At first, her videos were meant for friends and family, but when one went viral, her life and her farm suddenly became public. Now thousands of people were watching her every move, how she drove machinery, what decisions she made, and how she carried herself. While many people supported her, others harshly criticized her, questioning her skills, doubting her knowledge, and reducing her to stereotypes. This kind of judgment took a toll, and the pressure to prove herself, to be perfect, was overwhelming at times. But she learned to carry this burden silently, never letting the outside world see the weight it placed on her shoulders. Farming in the spotlight. As Laura's online presence grew, so did the expectations placed on her. The work of farming, which was already physically and emotionally demanding, was now compounded by the pressures of creating content. She wasn't just a farmer, she was a content creator, a businesswoman, and a partner to Grant. Every day was a balancing act, feeding animals, tending to the fields, filming videos, responding to sponsorship requests, and managing social media. Many creators burn out with half that workload, but Laura was managing both the demands of farming and the constant scrutiny of an online audience. She had to be on all the time, even when she was exhausted. And it was a struggle to balance authenticity with the expectations of others. The hidden burdens of responsibility. Behind the scenes, the emotional weight Laura carried was far heavier than it appeared. Though she was in her 20s, she often felt as if she were carrying the emotional burden of someone much older. The responsibilities of running a farm were immense: land rent, machinery maintenance, unpredictable weather, and financial risk. These were things her followers admired but rarely understood. Farming wasn't just about planting crops. It was about making decisions that could affect the entire year's income. Every season felt like a high-stakes gamble, and the emotional toll of that responsibility was often invisible. Laura had to show up every day, not just as a farmer, but as a businesswoman and a content creator. It was exhausting, and at times, she wondered if she was doing enough. The loneliness of being seen. Farming can be a lonely profession, but farming while being watched by the world added another layer of isolation that few people could understand. Laura often felt surrounded by people online, yet alone in the tractor cab with her thoughts. The pressure to keep up with the demands of social media, the farming business, and personal life left little time for anything else. And in the quiet moments, when the cameras were off, she struggled with self-doubt, wondering if she was doing the right thing, both for her farm and for her audience. The loneliness of responsibility became a heavy burden, but she kept pushing forward because she knew that the land and her community needed her. Through the exhaustion and doubt, she kept going, showing up every day with honesty and perseverance, turning pressure into purpose. Despite the immense pressure, Laura found a way to turn that weight into purpose. Every season, every harvest, and every challenge became a chance to honor the legacy of her family. She kept the lessons her grandfathers taught her close, working hard and never forgetting the deeper meaning behind it all. Farming wasn't just about the crops. It was about the people who came before her and the lessons they left behind. The heartbreak she carried, the struggles she faced, and the pressures she endured became the fuel that kept her going. In the end, Laura learned that purpose doesn't always come from triumph. It can come from the quiet strength to keep going, even when the world feels heavy.